We are live.
Hello.
I'm with Jazz Bums Chris.
Yes.
So instead of recording a video, I'm exhausted, and I thought doing a live stream would just be more energetic. I did shoot some footage going out to stores, but yeah.
How many stores did you go to today?
I went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hmm.
5.
No, I went to 3.
No, I was going to try and go to 7, but I got a lot of stuff. I didn't know what I was going to do today until I woke up.
Yeah.
I reached out to several people.
Hmm.
So a friend of mine, actually one of my oldest friends here in Los Angeles, I kind of went to high school with.
Yeah.
We were in a youth group together back in DC in high school. So like he even said, I think we've known each other 40 years. So I kind of coaxed him to get back into record collecting. He had a lot of records at his storage, pulled them out and got back in, and has been going to record store day since. So I kind of had 3 or 4 scenarios I was going to do, but there was one store I've never gone to, and there's a store, might be one of the oldest stores in LA, called Canterbury Records in Pasadena. It's not particularly a great record store. It's one of those stores where they own the building, so that's, they don't have to sell records.
Right.
And it's really not the best pickings in there. They do have a lot of CDs, but record store day, they pretty much pick up almost everything. Oh, sorry. Dave. What's up, Dave? Dave's joining us. So my friend got there. They opened at 8. He got there probably 6:30. Said there's 75 to 100 people in line. Jeez. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to sit around my place. I drove out there.
Yeah.
And I met him in line. I got there about 10 of 7. By the time they opened up at 8, there must have been over 250 people in line.
Oh, wow.
And it kept growing because it's just one of those stores that does it and people come. So it took about an hour from us to get in. We were probably about 100 back. And we got in. And the way they have it set up is it's kind of bank style. You go in and they kind of indiscriminately have stacks of records in these bins, and you can look. When I got in there, the Jazz were in the back. I ran into Tom Rashawn. He left empty-handed. He joined a friend there. He was looking for something they didn't have. But we got in there, and I had a list for a friend to pick up some records. And initially, I found 2 of his records, and it wasn't going well for me. Where all the Jazz was, I couldn't find the Nathan Davis. There was the 2 guys ahead of me picked up a Pharoah Sanders, and I go, damn, that's gone. I grabbed the Bill Evans. I'll show what I got. And I found the 2 records my friend wanted, and I got in line. But then I said, hey, I'm looking for the John Lennon. They go, there was a stack back there, and I couldn't find them. And I met a dude who knows Felipe. So I was recognized in line by someone I didn't know. Hey, Waxed, hit me on the back, told me he knew Felipe, and I'll keep it private how they met up. Like Chris, you and Felipe met up in a Facebook group.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a picture with that dude. Very nice. And then he said, hey, the John Lennon's here. So I went back and looked and found the Nathan Davis. It was hidden. They probably only got 1 copy. And then when I was in line to check out, I noticed a Pharoah Sanders behind the counter. And I said to them, hey, is that taken? And they go, no, someone gave it back and we're going to put it back on the shelf. And I grabbed it. So I got everything I wanted at this place. It was good. So it ended up being cool. Chauncey was with us. Nice Chauncey. Chauncey was with us. And we went and had lunch afterwards. There's a famous place in Pasadena called Lucky Boy that makes breakfast burritos this big. So we went and ate there. Then I left them and went to Record Safari. Record Safari, I could kick you off the stream. That would be probably beneficial to everybody.
Whoa!
So
maybe smoke something right now. Namaste.
I'm going to smoke you out of the stream. So I'm telling my story. Let me finish telling my story. So I went to Record Safari. They did post one record I was interested. They post that Moondog, the Prestige Moondog. It looked like it might have been an OJC. But I went to Canterbury. I went to Safari where everything was 25% off. They weren't participating in Record Store Day. And I found a bunch of records there and left. Then
You're talking about the Moondog with the Warhol cover?
No, well, no. There's I have an OG with a velvet cover. Is that Warhol? No. So it
With the
came out where
writing
he's
on the
kind of
cover.
standing there, and it's kind of yellow and orange.
Okay.
And then the other one I have has that purple kind of handmade cover. So,
Okay.
but getting back, I picked up some records there and left. I talked with Chris, who works there, and he was asking questions about Record Store Day. It was a nice conversation. Then I went to Atomic, and man, when I got in there, everything was 10% off. They dropped a ton of kick-ass shit, and the two best pickups of the day I'll show you later. I left there and went to Run Out Groove, which is another record store in Burbank. The only cool thing about them is if you look at their build up to Record Store Day, they have Fred Armisen show like his favorite picks.
No, that's cool.
And then I got something there and then went to Freakbeat. And Chris Vinyl Piper didn't get up early enough and he couldn't find a lot of the stuff he wanted. So I found a couple things on his list for him. I'll show them. And I was able to I regretted not picking up Mingus and Monterey, so I picked that up. And then I found another cool record I'll show. Then I went after that. I was dead and tired, and I came back home.
Vinyl Piper reached out to me early this morning and said he was going to the Now Again shop, the new one.
He did. I invited him to come up on the stream. We'll see if he gets home. He went there. They had a few records on the wall, but they mostly were selling their stuff for 20% off.
Oh, cool.
So they said to him, he told me they open once a month for 5 hours.
Oh.
and then they do occasional pop-ups with record dealers. Or
Who opens up once a month?
Now Again, the reissue label.
Egon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have their own building not far from kind of sandwich. I forget exactly where it's at, but it's between Glendale and Pasadena. So
shit, I thought it was gonna be full-time record store, but
no, that's what they told him. He could answer more. I didn't go there. So it was a good day. I hung out with the people and that. So if everyone here picked up Record Store Day records, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll lead off and show some of mine, plus the kick-ass haul. So I showed you, I was happy to get this. I listened to side one. Excellent. In fact, this is better than the what's the last Nathan Davis they released, the walk, the hip walk.
The hip walk.
Yeah, it's better.
This sounds a lot better.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
they put their little sparse coat or whatever that is on the back. This sounds so good, and this is a great lineup: Woody Shaw, Larry Young, Jimmy Wood, and Billy Brooks. This is really good. Sounds great.
I liked it.
Yes, I recommend getting that. Then I got the Pharoah Sanders, so happy with that. And I picked up the Bill Evans. So those were the three records I was after. I got them. So I was happy.
Where was that one? And from Norway?
Yes. Yes. Finland.
Finland. Okay.
And then at the Freak Beat, I was able to get the Mingus at Monterey. So.
Oh, nice.
Which I noticed it was mastered by Michael Graves. My friend Brad, Omnivore, Michael Graves masters a lot of their stuff. So.
Oh, cool.
And then these were the two records I picked up for Vinyl Piper. He wanted the David Gilmour, so I got that. And then this is interesting. I didn't know about this. Does anyone know what's interesting about this Nick Mason record?
It's live.
No, it plays in reverse.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, it's one of those shitty things. You know, those are the fucked up records. I'm sorry. Jack White does that bullshit.
Jack White did the whole fucking weird thing.
Yeah, fuck that shit. It's good.
Wow, man,
but,
there's some angry old dudes here on
I've been
the
up since 2 a.m, but you smoke one joint and you have no idea what the fuck's going on, and you take that revolver out under your pillow and it's all over.
I think Vinyl Piper leaves a clean life. He's not a. All right, here's what I picked up. I picked him up for my friend Brad. So he's a big Beatles dude. Loves the Beatles, so he wanted the John and Yoko album, so I got that for him.
That's
he's
good.
also
good.
Yeah, he's also a big Elton John fan, so I picked up the Elton John.
Now that might be good because that was solo with Ray Cooper. I didn't get that.
Okay. What year was that live?
Like 72.
This is
or 3.
So is it similar to the 11, 17,
no, actually,
because that was only 3 people there.
I don't know, but it doesn't say. Only other year it says is 1996. So maybe it first came out.
Maybe it's later. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
That doesn't look like him in 1996. All right.
So are you on
76 now? Maybe.
Then he wanted the Sly and the Family Stone record.
Now, where was that recorded?
Nice cover.
Winchester Cathedral.
What year?
867.
Oh, that's probably good.
You know, it's bringing me down.
Is that a song? Are you trying to be funny?
Winchester Cathedral.
Yeah, they didn't sing that song. So here are the used records I found. I found quite a bit of good stuff.
That's not what the theme's about of the show.
That's a great record.
Record Store Day. These are records I bought at Record Store Day. So 2 of the stores one store I went to did not participate. They did in Record Store Day.
Wrong.
Titles. Okay, this is a promo. This is a really good album on Black Hawk. It's Elvin Jones and McCoy Tyner, but with Pharoah Sanders, Richard Davis, and Jean-Paul, whatever that guy's name.
That's a killer record.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, I'm going to save the 2 killer ones till the end. I found a 1972 pressing of the Cecil Taylor Quartet. Excellent record. Excellent.
One of his early ones.
Yes. It's more it's not free jazzy. I found this Japanese pressing. This is a single disc. If anyone's found that Chick Corea Herbie Hancock live album, which is double, I guess the Japanese put it out in 2 separate editions. Yeah.
It's just them 2 playing that one?
Huh?
This is the one where it's just them 2 playing? That's what you're talking about?
It's like a little piano on the cover.
Yeah, it's a great record.
This is interesting. So this is a Curtis Mayfield.
Never seen that.
Comp. Right. He put it out. I thought this was his own label, right? Custom, right?
Kurtrum or
Kurtrum. But it's also on this other label. I think he self-released this on Ichiban Records.
White label promo.
Yeah, it's a white label promo on Ichiban Records. So this is a DJ copy. It has the radio station on there. On that, found a copy of Mingus and Antibes. And this is a promo stamp, but it's not a promo white label.
It's Mr. Powell on that.
Yeah. I'll save this one for the third. This is a killer record. It is Cheap Heat. This is a live show that Ron Carter, Sonny Rollins, McCoy Tyner, and Al Foster did. This is a double album.
Why do they leave Al Foster off the front, man?
I don't know. But I bought a copy of this, and inside of it, whoever owned it went and saw this tour, and there was a program inside of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a good cheap heat. And then I found a Japanese copy of Song from Marlene. Okay. And then I found another copy of this. So someone is going to get...
let me have that. I want that.
You want this in your pile?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, Chris.
This is a fucking... And Joey Callio actually messaged me that he ordered a copy of this. So
yeah, for sure.
Okay, this goes Chris's pile. All right, here's here's the kick-ass shit I found today.
Okay.
I found in the shrink a Black Bee Van Gelder of Blowing the Blues Away.
Okay.
This is nice. There you
go.
This John Hooker record.
Oh, hell yeah.
In 1957.
That's a good record.
This goes for a shitload of money. I did not pay a shitload of money.
There's a good reissue of that from about 8 years ago. Really, it might be Kraft even.
Okay.
Put it in the pile.
All right, here's the killer shit.
That was the killer shit.
First killer shit is Search for the New Land. I think this is a third pressing stereo with the New York label. It does not have a ear. So I think it's like a third pressing of it. So
looks
like
it's in great shape.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my I have a Liberty Van Gelder, I think, of this. So
That's
all right.
definitely one of the best Lee Morgan records.
All right, this is the best one of the day by far. This is a mono pressing of A Night in Tunisia. Clean. These are very clean. And it is a nice New York label or West 57 West
Oh shit.
Yeah. This and Deep Groove. This is Deep Groove.
Yeah, it's early.
So I have the Music Matters 33 stereo. So now I have a mono. I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
And that's what I got today. Pretty good haul.
You didn't get the West Montgomery live in Seattle, huh?
I have issues with people who live in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we left,
okay.
Yeah. Nothing.
Good, man.
I have a twofer that has that album that came out on Verve with it. I don't feel the need to get that one. I mean, I didn't get any of the other Zev Live stuff other than the Bill Evans because that Freddie Hubbard was selling for $85.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. That was weird.
I don't think the stores carried a lot of that copy. So
I think where I went only had one copy.
Chris, do you want to show what you picked up today?
No, I'm Mazzy too.
Okay.
I'm Mazzy to talk.
Well, I didn't get any. I didn't pick up any jazz records today, so I know this isn't a jazz.
No, this isn't a jazz stream. It says records.
Because I already got jazz, a bunch of jazz stuff from the train.
Were you taking a nap? I showed a ton of non-jazz records for Record Store Day.
No, but I'm not. It's not all about you, even though it's your stream. It's not all about you. I'm just saying I did not pick any jazz today because I see there's a lot of conversations with Delphine and others about jazz here.
Mazzy, how many records were sent to you for Record Store Days that were jazz titles? Like 7 or 8? Maybe you got all those, so you did get them.
6 or 7. But it's funny, Joey, wanted the Mingus, but the other Mingus, the Resonance, the Zev Feldman Mingus, and he wasn't going to look at the pile because they kind of ring you up and they redo it at Silver Platters. We had a great time actually. It was a long day, but 4 of us had a good time, and then there was a couple of slaggers of Shemps that showed up. But he realized they put the wrong Mingus in his bag. They put that one, the one you showed, and not the other one. So he had to go in and picked it up,
which was less expensive. Yeah, he caught that. That's good.
Yeah, no, but he traded it out. So I got a lot of rootsy, acoustic-y, and electric country rock things. Obviously, great 1972 Rycooter. This is a solo Rycooter from 72. I haven't heard this particular one, but it's from the Bryn Mawr, PA live. I think it was a radio broadcast. So I'm looking forward to this. Rhino put this out.
Yeah, I knew you'd be getting that one.
Yeah, I have to get that.
Yeah.
I have a CD of the original. This is Spy Boy. This is kind of on more of a rock side of. This is after Emmylou Harris did a Wrecking Ball. So this is a great live thing. There's more tracks added for the vinyl. It's never been on vinyl, so that is on New
So
West.
is that roots rock or straight ahead rock?
No,
or what?
it's Emmylou Harris, but it's a rock and.
Are 2 of the guys jazz players?
Well, Buddy
Miller, and then the other 2 guys are jazz players.
Yeah, it's a little different. I forgot who the other 2 guys are, but Buddy Miller produced it. Yeah, it's great stuff. Now this I almost didn't get this, but I love the CD, and I thought I'd pull that again. Ralph Stanley, of course, from the Stanley Brothers, who's more gospel-y country bluegrass, but this is with Buddy Miller and Jim Lauderdale and Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings and Elvis Costello and Ralph Stanley. So this is a killer. The CD is great. So looking forward to that. This is something that I was really into. Clarence White, of course. White is over his face. Clarence White and Parsons, not Gene Parsons, not Graham Parsons, they invented the B bender on that Telecaster that Marty Stewart eventually bought. But this is from 63 to 73. So this is all through the Byrds period and before. One of the greatest guitar players ever. Unfortunately, got hit by a car when he was loading gear in his van or his truck. Died. Horrible way to die. Now this was hard to find. This is instrumental.
Talking about that
Space
when we went
junk,
over the list.
space junk, instrumental like Cosmic Cowboy, cross Birdsey stuff. Great band. Marty Stewart and the Superlatives. He's the one that has the B bender. In fact, that's it right there. That's the same guitar. Used to be Clarence White's guitar. He bought it from his wife. I got Belly. This is produced by Glenn Johns. The second Belly album was on 4AD originally, I think, or Sire. I don't remember. 4AD maybe. Supposedly, John Cale's very favorite record ever. This one, what's it called? Bjorky's Zygotic Mincy.
You didn't get those at Silver Platters, did you? These
No, we didn't. We went to Silver Platters and we waited in line. And we met great people. It was great. They do the list and everything.
What time did you get there?
I'm sorry, we got there at like two in the morning.
Jesus.
What number in line were you?
9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. But we had a great time. And Joey's wife cooked these puzzle cookies that we gave away once the light came up. It was a little bit of a mist and it was 50 degrees, so 48 to 50 wasn't super cold, but we had a great time. It was fun. And then we went to Starbucks, had our coffee and a little breakfast thing. Then we went over to Royal Records. That's where I got this. And then we went to Easy Street. Easy Street still had lines of people at 2:00. And
That's crazy.
yeah, but I wasn't going to get this, but I ended up getting it all analog. Mono, obviously, with Satisfaction. We'll see. I don't know. I shouldn't have got it, but I did.
Isn't that in the box set that came out?
Well, but that would be a digital cut. I know.
Oh, okay.
Do we need it? Right. You're right. I don't need it. And that's one I almost didn't get. This is the AA side that has Harrison's Be Here Now and Beck. Beck was only a digital download in the past, so it's a 12.
Cool.
I forget who mentioned this to me, but I said about lines and stuff when they go, well, all the George Harrison fans will be there in line. And I said, what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, I was excited about this. This is my favorite Thievery Corporation album. So it's electronica, beat, little psychedelic, a little pop, two vinyl. What year was this came out? This is like
90s.
2008 or something.
Is it?
2005.
I just know their records are expensive and they need to reissue their records.
Yeah. And
Great DC group.
And of course, how can I have to do a Warren Zevon? Warren Zevon. The 3 records on Giant Records, Irvin Azov's company, and lastly, The Dead.
Cool.
So we went to 4 stores actually, and we just spent a day of it. We had lunch together. We went around, 4 of us. It was just really fun. And people who say you got to get up and get in line, fuck it. We probably didn't have to, but it ended up being a great time. I wasn't going to do it, and I actually set my alarm later. I swear to God, I drove from Canada yesterday, which is only supposedly 3 hours, and it took me 5. There was all this traffic. It took me 5 hours, and I crashed at almost 8:00 last night, and I was wide awake, and so I said, "Fuck it, I'm going." And we had a great time. So you have fun, you meet people, you hang out. I know John was sending me stuff with you, Dave, and
he was waffling where he wanted to go, and now he's kind of regretting it where he went, even though he got exactly what he wanted. But he would have rather gave his money to Lunchbox, but the Lunchbox line at 5 a.m. already had 115 count line.
I don't think there were that many, because what's great about Silver Platters, literally at 7:00, he handed out the list, and they're numbered in your order. You fill out whatever you want. They take the list. They usually wait till 8:30, but by 8 o'clock, they were pulling and calling names. And you walk in, you can't do other shopping, and you buy what you want. And
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah,
I
I
can
was
tell you
third. I
that
was third in line where I was, and
wow,
John was maybe John. I got there at 3. I was third in line. John got there at 10 after 5. He looked disheveled, and he
who's a
and he was
parent?
maybe 10th or 11th in line, something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's not that
he
bad.
did good.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't get, and I don't really care, but that no one had it. No, everyone got one copy. Same with In Groove was the Oasis set. The bet.
I didn't even. They didn't even get it at where I. I don't
You-
think. Well, they might have got one copy if they got
yeah,
any
but
at
I
the
don't really
Pro.
care. You know, I have a
But
CD.
things I had heard is Amoeba does the list thing. Like you hand them your list, and they do 2 separate lines: a line just to enter the store and a line for record store day. I didn't talk to Chris how long the line was, but Amoeba's on Hollywood Boulevard, and the line goes all the way down to Sunset.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
My local record store, I drove by it on my way, and there was already 50 people in line at 6:20.
Lunchbox has made the national news before with like a fucking 3 mile line that went all the way to the old location. I mean, it's because them and Plaid Room, for some reason, Scott and the guys in Ohio, they get the most stock of about anybody in the country because Lunchbox went to doing online. So tomorrow morning they'll have an enormous amount online.
That
But
room
he
gets a
also
lot.
hoards stuff for the shop, and I can go Sunday, I can go next weekend, and there's still a ton.
Well, even with Amoeba, but Amoeba has to buy a lot. And Bob from Freakbeat told me he heard from their buyer, I forget which title they had ordered 100. Like the number one flippable album of today is the Wicked soundtrack.
Yes,
That's going for well over $300 now. But he told me like Amoeba ordered 100, they got 2. That was very allocated. Another thing we saw is Canterbury came out with a pad of paper going down the line asking people if they were there for the Charlie XCX, whatever it was.
Yeah.
They had a production problem, and they said that we'll send out records when they're available. So they were taking people's information if they wanted to get the record and would contact them.
Lunchbox got that, but they sold. That's one of the first that they sold out of. What I heard.
I saw that one.
There was
Dada was selling out. I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
there were no Dadas anywhere.
I put it on the list when I was at Silver Platter just because Joey wanted one for his sister-in-law, and this guy who came with us was behind me. I was number 12, he was number 13, and that's the only thing he really wanted, Travis. And so I got the last one, and Travis was bummed up. But since I got a promo, I was going to give it to Joe, sell it to Joey, and so I gave it to Travis. He got it.
Nice.
So.
That worked out for everybody.
I don't need another copy. I'm gonna flip it. I got it to help Joey because even Joey got one copy, like from a promo, and he wanted his sister-in-law, 2 sister-in-law wanted copies. So we ended up getting one copy, and his wife found 2 copies around town. So not
if you go on eBay right now, that Dada album is going
like 100, 150 bucks or something.
Yeah.
Is it selling for that though? I don't know.
I don't know. There are a lot of copies, but
yeah. Well, there's only 1,700 in America, so
I saw another album that Chris said sold out at Amoeba, but there was a bunch out of Canterbury. Was the Post Malone Nirvana album that's supposedly in demand?
Well, some of that was delayed too. Apparently, I heard. Yeah,
there were a lot of girls in line, and it was funny when they came out to do the Swift 7-inch. The guy was skipping people. And the guy in front of me goes, why'd they skip us? And I go, they're profiling. It's for the Charlie. I said, you have a little too much hair on your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I went to 2 stores, but High Voltage had that. I mean, well over 100 of the Taylor Swift 7-inch.
Yeah. So did Easy Street. They had a whole.
I don't think that's the flippable thing people think it is.
Yeah, it's going for $75 already online. It's sold for what, $16.99?
But it'll go cheap because there's a lot of them still.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question.
People are asking $75.
I have a question that I noticed. Canterbury. So whatever the suggestion list price is, what are record stores allowed to jack the price up by? How much?
I don't know that I saw the Dada in Colorado was $64.99.
Wow.
Gee.
It
And
was
that
53 here, or 53 or 54.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Two
like
records.
50.
It's 53 to 54.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But it
got
seems-
we got in line at 9 o'clock this morning, Elk Boy and myself, and there was probably 50 or 60 people in line in Puyallup. But fellow that lives here, Trevor, Flat Round and Spun channel, he went to High Voltage at 2 in the morning, and he did a video of him walking to the end of the line, and there's over 100 people in line at 2 in the morning.
They usually get a big crowd there because there's,
And the
sounds
line
like-
ended up
sounds
going
like
completely
Lunchbox.
around the block, they said.
wow.
Yeah, it sounds like Lunchbox. My friend went to Lunchbox. He drove from 30 minutes away. He was hoping, because they open at 8. He got there at like 10:15 in the morning, hoping the line would be out gone and he could just go in. There was a line still down the street. He turned right around and went home. He's just like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Well, there was 2 of these left when we got in the store, and I wanted one, and John Elkboy wanted one, so we got the last 2.
Nice.
And I
Did you
put
get
my
gift
my
card?
menu from the Triple Door and my tickets from the concert.
What was kind of weird, I thought there were 2 people that came out before us with the Dada record because, it actually, I was the last one to buy it. And they wanted Joey to sign it, and they wanted him to sign it on the shrink. Like, that makes no sense to me.
No, well, this was $55.
I think they wanted him to sign it, dear eBay customer,
Yes.
I picked this up because Chris said don't sleep on it.
Well, he
No, I didn't.
slept on it, and I
You
bought
guy
it.
are vinyl piper bitches, man.
This guy $22.99 for this one.
That's a 12-inch single, right?
This is already going for like $70 on eBay.
Is that who? What is it? Is that Bruce?
Bruce Springsteen and the Killers.
I didn't even see that.
And this was 23. This was 25. I wasn't going to buy it, but then
Are those singles or album? What are those?
This is various different live cuts, and it's got a one cut from my hometown of Binghamton, New York, in '77.
Oh,
Oh,
is this
nice.
like
You're
a
from Binghamton?
60th Is that a
Yeah.
60th anniversary?
IBM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Wayland, not too far.
They were Atomic Genius was already sold out at George Harrison and John Lennon, but I went to High Voltage and picked them up. This was the last copy they had of the George Harrison record. These are all going for like $60 or more already.
Well, people are asking, are they actually selling?
No, they're selling. Yeah. And then I picked this up.
Yeah, they had a lot of those at Easy Street. They had about 20.
They had quite a few of them at High Voltage. And then the only other thing I bought that wasn't a record store day, because I always buy the oddball Beatles shit. This was at High Voltage.
That's cool. Hey, Rob,
Yes.
can
That
you
was what
mute
I got
us?
today.
Can you mute us and have us all talk for 28 minutes? So, because Tokyo Record Style's here. I'm
I'm
kidding.
not making. I'm not making fun of you, Mazzy is. So do your attack video, George.
Yes.
I was in my car and I just we got a text from Harry saying, "Oh my God, watch Brian. He's been on for 20 minutes. He doesn't know that there's no sound."
Hey, Chris, what shop did you go to?
All right. I went to 3. I went to Panther
Oh, wow.
City Vinyl first, which is the one I usually go to. It's a small shop, but I like it. And then I went over to Doc's, which is like the biggest one in Fort Worth.
Mm.
So anyway, I went to Panther City. I got there at about 8:15. There was probably 20 people in line ahead of me, which was kind of a lot. The first people in line had gotten there the day before, I guess. They camped out for the Wicked soundtrack, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of Taylor people.
Why do they print so few of those? I mean, that's a big.
Well,
Rainy Day
supposedly,
Records in Olympia got 2.
well, I don't know 100%, but at least the record store day has stuff on it that they added. So if it did come out on vinyl already, it doesn't have the stuff the record store day has. So maybe that's the reason. You can get a regular version, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. I got some stuff there, and I'll show them in a second. Then I went over to Doc's. Like I said, Doc's, they said there was a guy that showed up and got behind me in line at Panther City, and he said Doc's was like down the block, like at 6 a.m. or whatever, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Went there, found a few things, and there's another store that did it this year. I just went by there called Record Town, but they didn't have anything I wanted, so I got all my stuff at Doc's in Panther City.
That's good.
In terms of flippable, really, the percentage of stuff that's being flipped is really small compared to how many are out there. You see a lot when you're looking for a title. It might be 20
look at
or 30.
Discogs, though.
No,
A lot of it's on Discogs.
I feel pretty good that those live jazz albums will be more affordable later.
Yeah, I agree.
And I really would like to get the Freddie Hubbard one.
that's good.
But it's $85.
The place in Denton had twice as many people camped out as usual. It's Taylor Swift, man, 100%.
Yeah,
well,
Taylor
people were there. I mean, for the Charlie S, whatever her name is.
That was the biggest one in here.
Yeah. Wasn't there also a Casey Abrams who's supposedly big with the girls?
Yeah, those were the first two to sell at Lunchbox. They were
Is
gone.
she the DA that's going after Trump?
No, listen, you idiot. You know the famous director Abrams? It's his daughter.
Oh, you mean the brothers?
No, he did. He created a bunch of TV shows, but then he started directing movies.
Oh,
he directed one of the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah,
directed a couple of Star Wars. JJ. That's his daughter.
He got Me Too.
Bad Robot.
Yeah.
Bad Robot. Yeah.
All right, let me show the record.
Gracie Abrams, whatever her name is. Casey.
Pick this one up. I think you got this right, Rob.
Yes, but you've listened to it, no?
Yeah, I did. Listen to the whole thing. It's great. I would say sound wise, I mean the records sound good, but like it's a live outdoor concert from 1964, so it's not like it's
Is it at the Monterey Jazz Festival?
Yeah. It's not like it's an audiophile dream, but you can hear all the instruments and stuff, and it sounds good. And it's a lot of bigger band stuff. It's all Ellington tunes, so I really enjoyed it.
Has this never been released?
Yeah, it's been
released. No, it hasn't been. It hasn't been on vinyl in over 40 years or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Are the Philip Elwood or Ralph Gleason wrote the liner notes? Who wrote the liner notes on the back?
Actually, Mingus did.
Good question.
Mingus did. But you got Buddy Collette on here, Charles McPherson, John Handy, Jack Nimitz, bunch of trumpet players. There's a tuba on here.
Oh hell no!
Danny Richmond on drums, Jackie Byard on piano, Charles Mingus on bass, of course. It's really good. This will be reissued too, though. It's candid. You know, they'll put it out.
Well, like it said on there, Michael Graves mastered it. I know him because he does the omnivore stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, so Chris, I can never get that since it's candid. So.
I know. Have this one, listen to it. It's excellent. Listen to the whole thing. Side 2 is better than side 1, Rob, so you're in for a treat. Really enjoy this. I love this whole series. I got about 15 of them. The MPS reissues they've been doing for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, I think there's one thing about that. Can you open it up?
Yes.
And inside of it is a great booklet. The liner notes inside the cover, since it's MPS, are in French and in English.
I think it's German, probably.
Is it German? Well, look on the side. It looks like French to me. But
we're a German label.
Booklet with the new liner notes is written by one of Chris's favorite guys.
Yeah, Scott Yanow, Notes and Tones' favorite writer ever, right? Yeah, this is kind of nice. It's got nice pictures in it. And then, of course...
And that's one of the few times Larry Young's playing the piano. He usually plays the organ.
Yeah, it's great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
sounded excellent. All those MPS, it sounded way better than Hip Walk. Hip Walk was the first MPS I got that I was kind of disappointed with, sound wise. But it's still a good record.
About 4 years ago, they reissued a bunch of titles, a bunch of Oscar Peterson titles. They did Joe Henderson.
They've been doing it. Just slowly putting stuff out. Yeah. So got that one. What else? Let's see. This is great. The Monk. So I really enjoyed this. Listen to this whole thing today, too. Sounds excellent. Really good for a live club show from 1964. They're just doing all hit Monk tunes, of course. But it's him, Charlie Rouse, Larry Gales on bass, and then Ben Riley on drums. So
him and Rouse were freaking so good, man, together.
Did no one pick up the Mulligan Monk?
I never found it, or I would have. I never saw it. That's the one thing I didn't get that I kind of wanted. I might find it tomorrow. I got this Meters live album. This probably sounds the worst out of all of them, live album wise. I mean, it's not. It's still good, but it's
Who
just
put
not.
it out?
I don't know. Let me see. It even says hand numbered. I don't know. It didn't really say. Thing.
Hmm.
I guess it's a label. Never heard of it. But anyway, I was glad to. It's good music, so happy to get that.
Like a modern bootleg.
Yeah, well, it was a bootleg originally. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Chris Harry Lewis asked, "Is there? I haven't opened mine up yet on the Mingus at Monterey.
Yeah.
Is there a picture inside of him and Miles Davis French kissing?
No, there's not. Go ahead, not even
French kissing in the U.S.
Oh, these I haven't opened yet. Got this one, the Archie Shep on Culture Factory, so that'll be fun. The Jazz Dispensary Moodsville comp. Really cool artwork on this one.
Some good old stuff on that.
Yeah, it's got like let's see who's on here: Frank West, Arnett Cobb, Kenny Burrell, Coleman Hawkins, Red Garland Trio, all kinds of stuff. Shirley Scott, so that'll be fun. And then I got this other Mingus too. Pick that up. Thanks for paying attention, Rob.
I like it. I like that.
Well,
That's my favorite.
I'm getting requests for links. Show it again. Sorry, my mistake.
It's fine. And the last one I did find the Pharaoh, so we'll listen to that later tonight. Yeah, that's it.
Nobody got the Vince Guaraldi 10-inch, huh?
You know what? That was nowhere to be seen by me.
Know, weird. They're supposed
Oh,
to
they had a bunch, not a bunch, but they had maybe 8 or 9 of them at high voltage, or no, here locally at Atomic Genius.
Weren't there 2 Vince Guaraldi records?
Yeah,
2?
it was a 12-inch, I think, and a 10-inch.
Right, and then I didn't see. What else did I not? I didn't see the other Sun Ra.
I got them here.
I saw the single one or like a double one and a box.
Yeah,
I can show them to you here.
I didn't get those. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so I got to Repo because we have actually like 6 stores in Charlotte that do Record Store Day now. It's kind of nuts. So there's a lot of options, and like I said, John was he couldn't decide. He was like, "Am I going to go to Poet's Vault, or am I going to go to Noble? Am I going to go to?" Because Noble did a little bit of RSD. He gets like 2 crates worth, but he didn't have the Jayhawks title. He had the Lenderman that John was looking for, so he ended up coming to Repo and getting in line just behind me, not too far. But I had ordered this. He takes his list when the list comes out and lets me mark what I want, so that he at least orders at least 1 copy. And my number 1 want was the Nathan Davis. They sent him none. And I know that Platters got 19 copies.
I saw that one.
So I'm just like, how do they allocate this? But so I didn't get it. But all the others that I checked, put a check mark on, he got 1 copy of them, only 1. So if I didn't get there when I got there, it probably would have gotten, gone on me. But I did get a few here. I got the Chris Zebi-Tembo and Ngozi family. That's on Now Again. Zamrock from the 70s out of Africa. If you like garage or psychedelic rock, I mean, it's kind of inspired by Hendrix, this stuff. This is a great one. Paul Ngozi on guitar.
I think Vinyl Piper said they had 2 Record Store Day records at their little pop-up today. Yeah, and they have both those titles there.
Yeah, this is great shit. The Sword, Warp Riders, some heavy stoner rock from Austin, Texas. I saw this band on this tour open for Trail of Dead, and that's why I wanted to get this one, because I didn't have any other stuff. So I got I've been getting all these, the Motorheads. This is volume 6. I got all the volumes, so they keep putting them out. I keep having to get them. This closes with Ace of Spades. That's gonna be great.
It looks like it has a Dr. Robert sticker on the front.
This one I'm going to show the back cover, because I don't know if Rob wants to get banned from YouTube or not. But the Dwarves.
So about 2 Record Store Days ago, I was in Vegas, in Zia, which is a chain in Nevada and in Arizona. They put out their own version of that.
Oh,
It was a Zaya exclusive on white vinyl. I think.
What kind of music is that, Dwarfs? Is it
punk,
rock
punk.
heavy?
It's really good, really good
Oh,
punk.
lollipop
Medley
tune.
punk?
Little more on the rock end of punk instead of
okay.
just straight punk.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. But
Yeah,
I did
totally.
get both Sun Ra's, the Stray Voltage double.
I almost picked
I
that up.
Modern
almost
harmonic.
got that. Is
Yeah.
what?
That's crazy,
What is?
man.
When is that from? Where is that from? What
I
period?
don't know a whole
It-
lot about this
It's
one.
from yeah. It's like experimental. It's like
It's him fucking around with
It's
yeah,
going to
it's
be
him
mostly
fucking
him
around
playing
with
the
the
keys.
synthesizer. I think it would drive you
I love the
mentally
cover.
insane.
Yeah.
I love that cover.
That's cool
It's
cover.
going to be mostly the stuff
Music
that
to break
him
your
playing
lease
playing
by.
on the Moog and all that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then I did get the Sun Ra box.
Oh, nice.
No, that's a nice cover. That box.
They only
Yeah.
made 800 of those.
Yeah, now they only got one copy of each of these Sun Ra's, so that's what I was there to get.
I looked at that at Silver Platter, but I didn't know what it was.
I
Well-
already have the there's 2 live albums they put out. I have both of them. I think
Yeah.
that's enough. I don't know if I listen to all 6.
It was originally on Chandar out of France. It's 2 volumes. I have both those originals. But there's not the whole show across
Mhm.
those 2. And with this 6 LP, you get everything. So that's why I got it. So
Kimball
That's-
got
that's-
Market King, I think. I didn't.
That's
I
what I
almost did, but I didn't.
I want to go back to this one because people were
We
talking
did
about it.
when we left Easy Street. We actually had Apple Music play. We built this city and we blasted it.
That's
Just to let it know.
congratulations. So this is back to the Jazzy History. I just want to show. This is a really cool cover. It's got like the logo, kind of shiny logo here, and then the like the
Hey,
windows.
Chris.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Chris.
they're like metallic.
We didn't see that anywhere. And guess what? You're going to get lucky tonight.
Yeah.
If you play that record.
Now,
No
what
problem.
my question is, why
Check
does
it out.
everyone fucking want the Starship picture disc?
Nobody
They
wants
don't.
it.
It's
You
a
don't
joke.
want it.
They don't.
There's a
so
nice
bad.
bittersweet.
Melinda
It's got-
Murphy did a video saying it's like the stupidest, weirdest,
Yeah.
stupidest
Okay.
thing to come out.
So there's this, and then the vinyl is kind of cool, like they always
But
do.
it'll probably sell. So yeah,
Nice.
that,
oh wow.
that's a really good record. Have you listened to it yet?
No, I have not.
It's just a really good. It's literally a chill.
But you
Great
know, here's how I feel about that. It seems like you're left out if you didn't start from the beginning.
That's not
No,
true.
because each record is a totally different, like
Yeah,
section
but
of
How
jazz.
many have they done so far? Like 9?
A dozen,
probably.
whatever, 10, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all different. Like some are more hip hop, some are more soul jazz. This is like literally, we're gonna fuck tonight if we play this jazz record.
Don't go to Mazzy's house, y'all.
Yeah,
Hey Mazzy.
you might have a lawsuit against
Well,
them.
someone might want to.
Hey Mazzy. This
Elfina. Okay, thank you.
Mazzy, this record was on the porch
I'm
when
not
I got
hitting on
home.
you. Don't worry. What?
You'll like this one. So this is Eugene Chadbourne, the guitarist from Greensboro, North Carolina.
I
Does a
love
lot
that
of
cover. That's
weird
insane.
playing on guitar. So this is called The President. He is insane.
Oh, I need that. Is that Record Store Day?
No, this is just something that came in the mail.
Didn't you just show that, like a picture of it somewhere today?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I know.
Yeah,
I was
this
like
is
half delirious when I looked at the inboxes today.
the timing of me finding that record is pretty fantastic.
Chuck, come on, Chuck. We have to ask.
Chuck T, isn't there an open mic night tonight somewhere around you?
Yes.
Hey, come
Right.
on. You know, just because you get old doesn't mean you're
Make
dead.
me
Here we
big,
go.
Rob.
Oh God, there we go.
Oh wow.
Elbows up.
I had to buy this one.
Of course, I would have bought it.
I didn't buy it
Very
today,
cool.
but
Now,
Does he actually
anyone-
speak, or is it just him getting shot?
no, it says it's a documentary featuring actual debate between communist Lee Harvey
Yeah.
Oswald and Cuban freedom fighter Carlos.
Oh, that was before.
No
he-
kidding.
Ah.
Have you listened to it?
I have not. You know what I should do? I should do a YouTube video of it.
Yeah.
I'd probably get a knock on my door.
That's cool though.
So as a follow-up question for everyone, who's waking up early tomorrow morning to try and pick up the records they didn't get online?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the Nathan Davis. I mean,
got it. Like
Platinum's got
again,
19 copies.
the one copy that was at Canterbury, I was lucky enough to find. But I ran into another. There was a copy at one other place I went to. But
The only thing I want that I didn't get is that Monk and Mulligan. But I'm assuming they're going to put a stereo version of it out next year, so I'll just get that.
Mm.
You know,
I'm telling
That's what
Chris,
craft.
Chris, I'm telling you, that mono, you can't even tell it's mono. It's so good.
You know what I didn't see today, and I'm surprised. And actually, I'll be blunt. I'm getting a promo copy because of my video, because I didn't have it, but I showed the original. I didn't see anywhere Metal Machine music.
Oh, me neither.
You know,
Doesn't
Is
it
it-
they have a red cover?
no, it's a like a off-white, like it's almost like a
silverish.
silhouette. It's a different cover.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a different cover or a slipcase, but anyway, for everyone joking about that record, I didn't see it anywhere. So I don't know if it got delayed or it just sold out. But when I did that video at the end of one of my videos, I said, this is one that I'm interested in. I talked about, I showed my original. I did get a email from someone from Sony about it. Said they're going to put it in my pile, which is kind of sweet, you know?
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good because I didn't really want to buy it, but I want it.
How much was it retail, Mazzy?
I have no idea. It's a double album. So I have no idea.
Well,
I think Repo got a copy or two, but I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I didn't see it. Okay. Well, that's good.
I wasn't looking for it.
We were
either,
at 4
though, but I know
stores.
they
I
had
didn't see it in one store in
if
Seattle.
I can give
They
a
did the flip deal.
recommendation, obviously all these big stores that people are giving you suggestions to go to. Who asked? I'm sorry, Chris James, I think.
Yeah, the Swift
In Group and all those, but the small mom and pops too. I remember just looking hard and finding like a place in North Carolina once that had a copy.
Yeah, Lunchbox.
No, it wasn't Lunchbox.
Oh, no?
No, but
Oh.
I'm telling you, I mean,
The other thing to do is come Monday, look at shit you didn't get that you're mildly interested in, and a lot of it you'll be able to find for like $10 or $15 when some of these shops start clearing shit out.
well, actually, Chris James, here's a good suggestion: go to Discogs because a lot of record stores sell on Discogs, and they'll drop their titles there too.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to
At
give a
retail,
shout out
yeah.
to Record Talk Chris here because I just saw a comment he did earlier on the video I did because Joey walked around handing out puzzle cookies his wife made. It was great, and so Chris wrote, "Imagine if a member of Dwarfs was handing out cookies based on their album."
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
yeah, if it was the midget that's
Yeah.
penetrating a bunny walking around
That was
handing
very
out cookies.
funny. I appreciate that.
So did
Just
you get
remember-
rained on at all?
What?
Did you get rained on?
There was a little rain this morning around 4 but light. It was mist, and it wasn't cold rain like last time. It was cold for Black Friday. We were sitting up there, and
Well, I'll tell you, this morning in LA it was foggy. It was foggy everywhere. So when I was driving,
by 8 o'clock, 7:30, the sun and clouds were out, so it didn't rain after that. It was nice.
Hey, I noticed Chauncey was up, didn't get the Pharaoh Sanders when we were together, but he went to a store I told him to go to, and he was able to get that in the Sunraw box. So
Nice.
for everyone, Chauncey is a weirdo. He listens to weirdo
Yeah,
music.
if that is his name.
I know his real name.
I met Chauncey. He hung
Just
out
like
with
I
us.
know your real name, Harry.
Shh.
It's his real first name is Harry, but his real last name is Balls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on, Rob. Now you
Yes.
you know how to hurt a guy.
All right. Well, what else?
don't
Mazzy,
know.
did you
I
get
mean,
the
Time to
George
go play
Harrison
these
box?
records, I guess.
God, you had
Is
to
there a
ask
George
me that.
Harrison box?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's
I'll finish
confessional
those
time.
pass.
We were in line. I was checking off my list at Silver Platters, and I originally wasn't going to get the Grateful Dead. And Joey goes, my friend, and I know that period of Grateful Dead. And that's a great period. And I'm thinking, I got so much Dead, but I like the 70s. After that, 80s, I could care less really, and like the 60s and 70s. So 76 Beacon. So I
But aren't
decided
they playing the same exact songs in the 80s?
that's not the point of the Dead. You don't get the Dead. Like, it's a jazz record. Think of that. Oh, doesn't Miles play the same pieces?
Mazzy, I have a lot of Dead. I'm not the
Okay.
biggest Dead
Anyway,
fan, but I have a lot of Dead.
I'm not going to explain that to you, Mr. Wax. So
I mean, they play the same goddamn songs.
I didn't want to get both boxes because they're around the same. They're like $100 plus whatever. So I thought, I don't need George Harris. I don't need a fucking.
What's in the Harrison box?
Wait a second.
It's All Things Must Pass, but it's a Zoetrope.
Okay. And so I didn't get it and everything. So we go to Royal Records, and I see one like looking at me like, Mazzy, go Mazzy. So they only have one copy, right? And because I gave that copy of Dada to this guy Travis, he owed me the $55 for that record. Okay, I said, well, why don't you just buy me something next door and I'll pick something out. And then I thought, well, it was $100. So I said, really, I could feel like I'm only paying $45 for it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a justification from 3 hours later. So I did get it. And because I like the way it's kind of this, as an art piece, I kind of like it. And this is like my total Beatle connecting completest thing, like zonked me. Number 733. And I didn't see it anywhere else. So I bet you it's going to be, I don't flip these things because it's Beatles stuff. But it spoke to me and I bought it, but I passed the first.
The packaging is cool.
What is it?
Give it that.
It's All Things Must Pass. So it's 3 LPs. It's the Zoetrope thing where you could use. Remember when we were kids, you'd put the little mirror thing on top and you'd see it go around, or there's a phone app you can watch it. So
I can never get them to work. I've tried.
Well, that's because you can't even get fucking pictures in your text you sent us. So just
wait a second. Yeah. Mazzy's okay with a little thing jumping off your turntable, but he will not listen to a record that plays in reverse.
Right.
Very true.
Good point.
Are you gonna store that in the box of the shit you bought?
Rob, I always said I was inconsistent.
No, you said you had incontinence.
Well, anyway, so
whatever the hell is going on.
Hold on. We have someone here, a special guest, who's going to refute everything that Mazzy said.
Oh,
Hi, Joey.
I didn't hear it all.
I walked an entire block backwards filming Joey with cookies. So give me a break. I was backwards. I'm a 70-year-old man walking with like in front of a club where there's a rave and there's beer bottles and shit and people pissing everywhere.
Mazzy, the best packaging I saw was on the Jerry Garcia box, which was an actual book, like a hardcover book. With the records in it. That was really cool to see.
They had several copies at the Canterbury of both the Dead and the Garcia box.
So you guys busted me. Anyway.
So Joey, I have a question for you. When I woke up this morning, I looked on Facebook. And if you've ever met Joey, nicest guy in the world, sweet, nice guy. But he was grilling this girl that was in line.
I beg your pardon?
And look, she had the most disinterested face on her. He was like, have you ever heard of this band from the 90s called Dada?
I mean, I was like totally, obviously joking.
No, but
I know. I'm joking too, but it was
funny. She was excited until she found out he was the bass player.
That's true. No, I never, you know what? I never even went back and told those guys I was in the band. I don't think I did, at least. So.
Well, I'm using this record to store my menu from the Triple Door.
Sweet. Just to remember where you got COVID. Oh, you didn't get it that time, did you?
No.
You were one of the. You were one of the few. No, I mean the menu from.
Triple Door. I got that at the show. Absolutely.
Yeah. That was incredible.
Because you could get a Disneyland drink. You could get a Here Today, Gone Tomorrow drink.
That's right. That's right. I remember that. Hey, what was that Zamrock that I didn't know about that you were holding up? That's what made me jump out here. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, Egon put it out from Now Again.
Is that? Did you see that today, Mazzy? I didn't see that.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah,
No.
they only had 2 copies where I was.
I didn't
Who
see
is
it.
it? Who is that?
Well, they had it at
So-
the Now and Again store.
It's
That
Chrissy Zebi-Tembo. He's a drummer, and then Paul Ngozi, the guitarist, is on it. It's a trio with a bass player.
So, Rob, if you have,
It's definitely just groove and rock.
Is it
you
like
know?
the Zamrock box kind of vibe?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I love
It's
that.
great.
I have the box. I love that.
yeah. You it's cheap too. It's not. It's maybe $25.
All right. That you was that you? Sorry, Rob. Was that you, Rob? That said, who's going to be calling tomorrow morning? That I want that tomorrow morning.
well,
Definitely.
Yeah, you'd be able to get a copy.
I think
Yeah.
you should be able to get that.
Cool.
Yeah. He presses a good bit of those.
Yeah, normally I would tomorrow go out again to see if I could find stuff, but I got everything I wanted, so I'm good for now.
I don't want any more, so I'm not going to even go online tomorrow.
Mazzy fucking kicked ass today, by the way. Mazzy was like the taxi driver for me. It was like, shit, I didn't have to do anything.
I had 4 passengers, and we went literally back and forth across the city twice.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It was fun, but it was fun. No traffic, and you know.
I woke up at 1:45, and I just what was that? What? Yeah, it was 1:45, and I said, "Well, my alarm set for 1:15. My alarm set for 2:15." And at 1:45, I said, I'm not fucking going back to sleep. Get up. And I just charged out. It was the earliest I ever went out. And I kind of feel the freshest that I ever have. It's totally weird.
It was fun.
It's the earliest I ever went out, too.
Yeah, me too. And I only live 10 minutes away, so it makes it easy. And we supposedly one of us was supposed to text if someone went early. And Kimbo got there at 1 and didn't even text us. So he was there.
He's coming here soon.
Waking people up.
You know that, Mazzy?
Pardon me?
Kimbo's coming here soon. I think next month.
I heard he's for Pearl Jam or something.
Yeah. So John and I'll get to hang with him. That'd be cool.
Hey,
he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Now, Dave, I see a lot of people that scored at Nobles getting those Voice of America records.
Oh yeah.
Do
John ended up going there. He got 2. I wanted him to check on the Moondog for me. It's a German original.
But do you know what the kind of pricing? Do you know what the pricing was on a lot of those records?
Yeah, it's fair, but you're gonna anything on the wall is probably $250 and up.
But like,
you know what I mean?
I did well today. I think I picked up those type of records, but I got them at really killer price. So.
I mean, they're gonna be. Dylan's very fair. He hovers right in median on Discogs. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but so much of that stuff he got is OG mono, Blue Notes, like first monos.
Yeah,
that stuff he's not going to let it go for pennies.
Hey, so Andy G said the store he went to had 11 copies of the Dada. It was not my understanding that stores got even close to that amount. And Andy, what store was that?
Except Mike got 60 copies or something.
My store had 3. Then Uwe bought 1, I bought 1, and Elk Boy bought 1.
I think Repo had 1.
Yeah, the first place I went to had 1. I saw a guy grab it. 2 people in front of me.
Same here. I saw one person with 1.
I'm going to take off though, Rob. Thanks for having me.
I don't know. I'm not going to go much. I'm not going to go much longer, but
yes. Peace. See you, buddy.
Well, the In-Groove will probably have some left tomorrow, I would think.
Yeah, look, again, I left my place at 6:30. I mean, I was fine. I just wanted to get out of my place. I'm sure wherever I went, I would have been able to pick up. Well, I don't know if I would have found the Pharaoh Sanders, but my backup store, that's where Chauncey went, and he got those records. So I didn't even go there.
My friend Gabby said that they had 20 copies at Dark Side Records. So
where's Dark Side?
I think she lives somewhere near Chicago.
Oh, cool.
But I'm not 100% sure. But so a couple of stores will have it tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to last longer than tomorrow.
It's already going for like 150. No. I mean, people are buying it at 150.
It is out. It isn't in Seattle any longer.
What would make Real Gone decide to put out a black vinyl version of that record?
If you made a phone call for me.
Well, I want to get in touch with them because they're putting out a record I would like to talk about when it
Yeah.
comes out. I told you about that. And they took my video and they posted it on their
I
Instagram.
know. Well, the shit you were saying was pretty awesome. I'm sure when they saw that. Well, that was the PR girl. Because Christina said, yeah, that girl liked it. So.
Oh, well, tell her to start sending me records so I could talk about them.
I know. Well,
It's the tracksuit.
That's
I
the
have
only
zero.
bit I bought.
I have zero influence. But
no, but I mean, seriously, that record is the momentum would make sense. No,
it does, and that what happened today and what will probably continue happening tomorrow. And I really don't foresee it making. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it's going to be gone by tomorrow. I mean, it's just one of those things. There weren't that many. It seemed like it was the right math and the right demand.
Joey, I
yes.
couldn't tag you on Instagram, but John Digital Gramophone was standing behind me in the record store we were in line in, and literally right next to him, he looked down, and the Dada CD was sitting there.
Oh, I heard about that.
So he picked it up, showed it to me, and he goes, "What are the chances?" I said, "Man, I don't know, man. There's no words."
Well, the CD is out there used. I mean, it's not. That's none of our CDs are in production right now.
Well, it wasn't $3. He wanted like $8.99 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a new copy. I mean, if it's new, it's an old new.
Yeah.
It's
But that was still cool. I was like, no kidding, man. That's cool as heck.
But the record sounds way better than the CD. Really
I remember.
does.
I heard on the Mazzy's video say that.
Yeah.
Now, how's the volume levels from vinyl to the CD?
I haven't compared, but the CD came out during the CD wars, but it's not about the vinyl because first off, I mean, it might get louder quicker on a CD, but you can't keep turning it up. It starts because it's a very compressed sounding record. This thing you can fucking jack it and it just gets better and better sounding.
Okay.
There's so much space. Dude, on your stereo, this thing is going to sound really good. Did you?
Yeah, I'll be playing it after we get off of here.
Yeah. What's his face? I'm spacing out. Bob Bradley said that he had to clean his copy. I always clean new records. Mazzy doesn't like it that I do that. He calls me up every once in a while and go, "Are you fucking cleaning new records over there?" But yeah, I do that anyway. So I didn't, I don't know how dirty it was out of the box. I will say this: in my tank, I got a 6-liter tank. That's how I do it, and I do like a pre-clean. I'm a fucking idiot. I can tell how dirty a record is at the end. You can just see all the shit in the bottom. There wasn't hardly anything, so mine would seem very clean. So.
Their Real Gone uses that plan are they in Ohio? Where are they?
Gotta Groove.
Gotta Groove. Gotta Groove is fucking amazing. I think
they are one of the best pressing plants. I
agree.
100%. All the Real Gone stuff sounds excellent.
Yeah.
And the records are silent. The vinyl silent, clean, and they were like the first people to put them in rice paper sleeves, like all those black jazz titles.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, no, they're good. So, but going back to your question, Rob, we'll see. These are all the right things that happen, but this is the music business. This is the, it's a business, and all it takes is somebody to sneeze this week, and all bets are off. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you this, Joey. Just based on, okay, calm down, Harry. I get their news. I get Real Gone's newsletters, and it's their deal to put out colored variations and variants and black vinyl.
Right.
So that's based on the way they do things. That's why I thought.
Yeah, it comes down though from on high. I think from Universal. I mean, and Universal will license it to. Gotta Groove is right now one of their like well used independent.
Right, and they use them because they're big. They rely on these small labels,
right?
Because these are titles they would not issue themselves.
Isn't that kind of what Jackpot does?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackpot puts out a really
and
good
my
product.
friend's Omnivore, that's what Omnivore does. Uh-oh. We lost Dave. His phone probably judges. But I wanted to end things. I really appreciate everybody coming up here. The whole point was I was so tired. I didn't want to make an edited video of what I picked up. And I thought it would be fun to see what other people had picked up in their experiences, because it really is a good day. I enjoy it. You get to socialize with people. You know, I was in line for 90 minutes there was like 300 people in that line. It was good.
What store was that?
Canterbury. It's in Pasadena. They own their own building.
Right.
They normally don't really have the best stuff in there, but they do a good job with Record Store Day. They handle it well.
Right.
They manage it well.
Cool.
And that's really a big day for them. So
that's very cool.
Yeah. And I think people were in a generally good mood. You know who I did run into, Mazzy? Tom Rashawn. He went in with a friend. He couldn't find what he was looking for. I felt bad for him, but he did have a tussle with someone. But he's such a nice person. But he went there, but it was a good fun. They handle that thing well, and they have a lot of space to work with to make it look.
What was he looking for?
Some raw box. The Some raw box.
We know where a bunch of them are right now.
Where are they? I'm sure you'll be able to find them on eBay.
Mazzy's muted.
Mazzy, you're muted. You muted.
I saw one at Easy Street.
Yeah, they had them at Easy Street.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, get a round trip ticket up to Seattle.
You know, yeah. Go tell them to go to, Mike tomorrow morning.
Too bad we didn't know someone in Seattle that was like 10 minutes away and they could go pick it up for him.
I mean, I'm coming. Does he live in LA? He does, right?
Yeah, he lives in Pasadena.
I mean, I could, if I could go out there and get it and take it down on Monday.
They might not even have it anymore.
It might be gone by now.
You might have got it, but Chauncey picked it up from that other store that I told him to get to. So I don't know.
Right.
Again, they only made 800 of them.
Right.
So,
I heard.
How much were they? How much were they?
I don't remember.
Well, the list, I think 150-ish.
Yeah, I heard they were.
They're going to go. They're going to go for money.
It was on the crazy side, not that stuff that Sam had. I love the Sam ones.
This is a live show. It came out previously in 2 volumes.
Oh,
I'm okay with that. I don't see myself listening to 6 LPs.
Yeah.
The other one that I only saw one of was the Warren Zevon. They had one at my local store.
At Canterbury, they had like 10 of them or something.
They had. I saw like 4 of these this afternoon at Easy Street or so.
Really, now that I think about it, I really should have.
Yeah, Rob, you said you don't play 6 EPs or whatever. I just want to let you know you do play 1 record at a time, and then you just play 6.
No, not in my house. I don't see myself sitting there to listen to 6 of that show all in a row. And actually, to be honest with you, any show like that, I rather just stream it while I'm in my car.
Yeah,
I'll stream it all the time.
So here's the deets. I always forgot what. I have one of these. Okay, Mr. Bad Example. This is the first North American vinyl run. So the one I have that, I guess, as an import, obviously. Learning to Flinch, never been on vinyl before, first time. And Mutineer, first time on vinyl. So this is that kind of period where, it just didn't get to vinyl. So this was perfect that they did this. So.
Yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming up. Joey didn't go over what he got, but was there what you got everything you wanted to get, right?
Well, why don't you show us before you go?
Yeah, then we can go.
There was no 3-inch records this time.
Good.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Well, you're Mr. 3-inch, right, Harry?
Hey, 3 times.
Yeah, okay. Are you muted, Joey?
What?
No, you're there.
Okay,
you said you wanted that Patsy Cline record. Yeah.
I got this. Obviously, that's why I'm holding it up. Good Kelly.
That you haven't listened to that yet, right?
No, I haven't. I'm about to start cleaning all this stuff.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to listen to that. Tomorrow I'm not going out. I'm going to listen to stuff. Unless someone shows
I got all the usual suspects.
Now, how much did that run you? Because it was $85, I think, down here.
$76.99.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait That's the one I'm probably going to pick up after the fact.
3 records.
Three
Yeah.
records. That is, I listened to side 1 already before the stream.
Right on.
Excellent.
Right on.
Sounds great.
And then, just, the stuff we
I love that. I love that.
But because of you, Rob, I did pick this up. I listened. I streamed it before I got it. So,
and I found another copy today that I'm going to, Chris got it. He wants it in his pile.
Right on.
That is such a good record. That is so good.
I streamed. I loved it. As soon as I heard it, I went by. The thing I couldn't get was fucking Dada Records. I mean, it was not a bust, but I was hoping to get like a hand, like maybe 4 or 5.
Well, call Mike in the morning.
Now, Joey, was this information passed to your other guys on how well this is doing, and what do they think of it?
What other guys?
There's 2 other members in your band.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you know that?
Yes. I got a phone call from Phil this week, and he really, it's funny. It was like, took me a minute. It's like, is he being snarky? He wasn't. He was like, just telling me like, hey man, you did a really good job of getting the word out on this. And then Mike, the guitar player, he got interested about a couple months ago when one of his movie star friends called him up and started grilling him on like, what master tapes were this? What was used on this? And so he called me, and from then on, he was totally into it. They're excited. They got excited. I don't think that I don't think they got it at first, but in the end, they did.
That it just shows you. I mean, obviously, the past year you have with your tour, but you got to know people are out there loving what you do and wanting to hear it. So
yeah. Yep. And I don't even have to sell Coke anymore. So there you go.
I know people love what I do because when people like Chris Record Talk tags me in his Instagram posts, I know I'm a somebody. And when I'm standing in a record store,
what I can do? I can make up a reel-to-reel and make a cover for it and everything.
You could. That would go for dough, as someone would say.
Before we leave, Delmark, who has the rights to the Zamrock records that Sam reissued, if you go to their website, they are selling a reel-to-reel tape of the first Zamrock record.
Wow!
In 2 formats, in 2 different size formats. So
like
you can go there and get the reel-to-reel
and a
10-inch,
15-inch.
Yeah, something like that. It's like the smaller one's cheaper, like 150, and the bigger one's like.
Well, small is always cheaper, right?
Oh, I love those 2 records, man. I'm going to bring them over to your. We got to play them at your place.
Hey, really check out. I picked up recently Zamrock Cosmos record, and I think you would like that one, Joey.
Okay. I want to get the singles part 2, volume 2. I got the volume 1, which it's fun, but I already know what volume 2 kind of sounds like. I got to get that.
Well, he, like Dave says, he put out like 250 records. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for coming up, guys. I really appreciate it. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and your Sunday listening to all the records you picked up at Record Store Day.
See you, everybody. Ciao.
Bye.